Content Amnesia, Episode 1. Queen Bee asked some questions and made some claims this week, and seems to have forgotten her own content. I figured I would help her out.
Again, find me one stream where I have Candy up here. Find me one stream where I've ever shared her fucking messages up on a fucking platform.
Queen Bee shared private messages from Candy on her public stream, which is still in her page today. On January 12th, Queen Bee provided private information regarding an active investigation for a missing child from a reliable source.
Where do we start? So, also, I did get confirmation on the Burger King trip. Remember yesterday, Hunter had put out that there was a Burger King trip, right? Okay, so I did get confirmation that, yes, there was a Burger King stop. It was prior to them picking Hunter up. But yes, they did stop at Burger King on their way in, from my understanding, from what I've been told, from a very credible source. We'll just leave it at that.
On January 15th, Voices for the Voiceless points out this is probably not public information. Queen Bee agrees it is not.
Scout, we all have to ask ourselves, why is Hunter now telling a different story? What happened on June 15th? Summer is getting lost. Yeah, well, in the Burger King thing, like I said, when that popped out, I knew that was going to cause people to say, what the hell? That's never been in the story. Burger King has never been a part of the story. Never has it been part of the timeline.
Could that have been something that law enforcement told them not to talk about? Hey, Ann, how are you?
I'm sure it probably was.
On January 16th, Heels in the Air points out to Queen Bee this information is not part of the law enforcement timeline. Queen Bee says the information from her credible source is part of the timeline law enforcement has.
And yes, I did call, and I did call and speak to somebody, and I did get it confirmed that they did go to Burger King that day, but it was before they picked up Hunter. So Hunter was not with them. Why he brought that up, I don't know.
Oh, they did? Candace never mentioned that.
No, Candace did not mention that. So I'm wondering if they were told not to say it for the public. I don't know.
Right, because remember in one of the TBI reports, they said, either TBI or Hawkins County said, there's part of the timeline that won't be revealed.
Yep, and that's part of it.
And Candace has never mentioned it.
No, ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Was this credible source Candy? Or does Queen Bee have a direct source of private information within law enforcement? Should she have released this information? Queen Bee did share private messages between her and Candy on a public stream. Claim 1, Amnesia, in effect. On February 5th, Sweetie Pie and Sourpuss went live and reviewed a stream of Queen Bee's that was deleted. Is this how Queen Bee stands on the things she says? Let's watch part of this stream and see if there are symptoms of Amnesia.
And the sad thing is, a lot of people like Emmy is because she comes out very smart, intelligent. Her reviews of situations are very smart, and it's kind of like
Burnt Toast.
No, I'm talking about Emmy a little bit.
Oh yeah, they're not. They're definitely not. She pretty much just goes off and attacks everything Betty does, down to the words she speaks.
Well, I mean, we can all have our opinions.
Smart. I find that just you're critiquing everything she does.
Yeah, but everyone's open.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to sit and do that to somebody, especially Betty. Let's just keep it real.
Let's take a look at a small clip of Worker Bee and Burnt Toast and see what they have been up to in the past 6 months.
And I use a few different seasonings. We're just going to salt and pepper these right now because I'm going to be frying them. So they're going to be going into some wow. So I always give them heavy salt because it's going to go into the buttermilk, and I need to season the buttermilk as well. So the more seasoning we can get on the meat, the better the meat's going to taste. We want to well season.
Okay, so something that I noticed, like about her wrists look perfectly fine and normal right now, but there have been quite a few times where she's been out in quote the field and she's recording herself, and you'll see her wrist where she's wearing those rubber bands or whatever they are, and you can see how her arm is super swollen. And I've always wondered why sometimes she looks so swollen, especially her arms. And after watching this, I'm like, well, damn, if she's eating this much salt, then that explains it.
Yeah, it's a lot of salt.
Hey, what's up, Petty?
She might need to get some blood tests.
Maybe. I mean, because she salts the meat. Well, you guys will see. I mean, you guys can make up your own mind, but yeah, it's a lot.
Poor Worker Bee, Tim. Queen Bee just said he is not smart and that it does not take a rocket scientist to insult others in the way he did. Did Queen Bee forget that Tim and Burnt Toast do this kind of content? Does she have a Amnesia infection? Let's take a look at another clip from a recent stream where Queen Bee speaks.
Oh, but wait. She'll talk about a teacher, but you was fucking pissed when you called her a bus driver. Oh, fuck. She fucking went live and was fucking hot, Jack.
Queen Bee says it was wrong for Jones N to speak about anyone's job. Let's listen and see if this type of conversation has ever happened on Queen Bee's panel.
Listen, if you get fired as a fucking teacher, that's going to follow you.
Queen Bee is speaking about headstones and headlines and what would happen if she got fired from her job.
No, but I'm just saying, let's not say that. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
No, I'm just saying it would in any job.
Let's not put that in the
Especially if
universe.
teacher, you're teaching our fucking youth. You are teaching our youth. You are teaching the next generation. Don't get me started, because I will go clean off about some shit like that.
B. Tim tries hard to get Queen Bee to not say this dog whistle out loud, but the queen has to speak and silences the worker bee.
It's just not smart having him on your panel with the profession that she has. It's just not smart having him on your panel with the profession that she has.
Boston Nick speaks on Headstone's profession on panel as well. Claim 3, is it amnesia or B? Amnesia? Now we will hear Queen Bee's thoughts on the mental health of others.
With that too, been dreaming. As I always say, your mental health is not my responsibility. Don't use it as an excuse for crappy behavior. I totally agree with that.
Now let's hear from Queen Bee about how others affected someone's mental health.
What happened last night could push somebody over the edge.
What you did the other night did push somebody over the edge.
To my knowledge, no bees were harmed in the making of this drama.
And you're foul as fuck. Especially talking, you got the fucking nerve to talk about mental health. The fucking nerve.
Let's hear what Queen Bee thinks about someone else's mental health or issues.
He's got mental problems. That's the first thing first. He's got some kind of mental issues going on. There's something not right there.
Well,
that's an opinion, by the way. Wait,
Yeah,
that's an.
There's something not right
we don't
there.
know that.
In my
Worker B. Tim steps in to redirect.
opinion, there's something not right there, and I can say that. That's my opinion.
Well, in my opinion,
Since Queen is not a doctor nor a medical, is not a
No, but I sure
psychologist.
can have an opinion.
Yeah, I'm just putting that.
I think there's something wrong up there. I think he's a few crayons short of a whole box.
Yeah.
Sure can. I'd have that little bitch sitting in the corner crying, debating on whether he's gonna live or not. I'd have that little bitch sitting in the corner crying, debating on whether he's gonna live or not.
Queen Bee says she would have Sinner in a corner debating on whether he was going to live or not. Is this considering someone else's mental health? To my knowledge, no lemons were squeezed in the making of this drama. Claim 4, amnesia or amnesia. Queen Bee claims to not do the things she accuses others of doing. Does she have amnesia? Or is this rules for thee, and not for bees? Let me know in the comments.